Let me say a special good morning to those of you listening to Classic Radio 105.5, 105.9 on the FM dial. Welcome to this edition of To The Point. It's Friday, the 7th day of June, 2024. Those of you viewing via GBN TV, whether it's Channel 7, Channel 11, Channels 20, also want to take the time out to wish you a lovely, lovely, lovely Friday morning. What about those of you via social media platforms? Good morning to you also. Via the Facebook page, YouTube channels, good morning. Those of you via GBN's webpage, good morning to you. Those of you out there in the diaspora who are tuned in right about now, good morning. Don't forget to share that live as we request as always. Hey folks, we're going to have an open line edition this morning here on To The Point, which means of course you listeners and viewers, you have the opportunity to chime in on the program this morning. Share your views, share your concerns this morning, share your thoughts on something of course that's be of a concern to you. The opportunity to do that this morning, and the numbers you call 435-2041. You have double options of calling in this morning via the WhatsApp and directly 435-2041. And you know the procedure, folks. You turn off the whatever device you do have in the background, whether it's your the television or the radio. Turn them off, please, when you decide to make that particular phone call to us here at the studio. And after you finish that conversation, you're free to turn it back up. I beg of you also, of course, be brief in your contributions this morning, so we can accommodate as much callers as possible. Let's get set to entertain our very first caller this morning here on the program. Good morning, you're welcome. Good morning.
Good morning, GT, and morning to your listeners and your viewers. I hope you're well and very high spirited. I want to start off by saying that sometimes when we listen to GBN, we get the impression that is a mouthpiece of the United States. I'm just saying, when you listen, I mean, this is an observation. I'm not saying live. I mean, the dead fact. But if people pay attention. Like last night on the BBC, there was the news that Cuba said, Cuba reported that some ships was coming from Russia for an exercise. This morning, first piece of news, one of the international news, is that Americans say that you have these ships coming, blah, blah, blah. It's part of the negative thing towards Cuba. And if we don't understand how we contribute to that continuing blackmailing of Cuba, Cuba specifically said that, for instance, one of the ships, a nuclear ship, have no nuclear weapon. We don't pay the kind of attention that to other situations, like once it's not involved the Americans. And it's unfortunate. I mean, all kind of machination is happening right now, whether it's with USAID, all this stuff that they're trying to further entangle the Caribbean and countries. And we are so oblivious of that. So I thought I would raise that as an issue. Now, in terms of some of the immediate situations that face us, another thing, on World Environment Day, and we had a Minister of the Environment, and that was good. But I thought that when you have such an auspicious day, that you would begin the day, at least the radio station, making reference as Loose Smith used to do. But that was not the case. Anyway, let me not go there, because sometimes, and even certain things that you could talk about it, better not to talk about it. But in terms of now, coming in terms of the existential threat facing us, the ones that with the extreme weather, it seems as though we have no collection. And I'm glad that Mr. Ian Blakey was on the this morning talking about the effect of plastic. There's certain things we're not connecting at all, and we need to connect. The reason why we're having such harsh weather system or threat is because the very behavior of those countries like United States and so on, who continue to fund the fossil fuels, subsidize them to further plunge or make investment into the fossil fuel industry, which is the main cause of the extreme weather system we have now. So, and then we have some Caribbean islands, Trinidad and countries, Guyana, Suriname, and even Grenada. Big up, of course, not excluding the Virgin Islands and so on, but big on trying to mine fossil fuel at this point in time when the world has the ability to move towards renewable energy. So unless we make the dot and stop relying on this little handout here and there to make any initiative, I think we're missing the point. And finally, we need to think what kind of legacy or what kind of future we live in for future generations. I shudder when I think about, say, 10, 15 years from now, the heat that the population will have to deal with, or even the fact that every year they would have to be threatened with multiple extreme hurricanes. Thank you very much, GT.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for your contribution this morning, and I certainly thank you so much for that. 435-2041. Once again, you can call in, share your views, share your concerns this morning. I'm in the mood to give everyone listening there this morning in terms of if there a particular issue that is of concern to you and you would like to express it this morning, feel free to do so. You have the option also of sending your messages via the WhatsApp, the Facebook page also, the message section of the Facebook page. You can make your contribution there. 435-2041, open line edition of To The Point. Let's go and entertain another caller. Caller, good morning. You're welcome.
Morning, sir. How's everything?
I'm doing okay. Doing pretty well.
To discuss in any case. First thing now was controlling water system. I would like to call about now was in any case. I mean, I'll be a low water problem for years, not today. Years, and I was still tapping the water. I don't know, so if you go tap in some of them springs, what you having going on wasting. Because you have springs going on wasting for 1,000 years ago. From since going on was in existence, the same spring was there, and it's still going in the sea. You have 1,000 pipes, which I know came on the dock there in the 70s, in the 80s, in the 90s, for Nawasa. With Mr. Tima from Riverwood and Clovis and them, they want a lot of pipe on the ground, real pipes. So I know why people suffer water in this time, with water wasting in the sea for years, just going down into the sea, and I was saying tapping it. I'll call up now today. If they could tap some of them springs, they have been going out wasting some of them springs and make use of it. Now, my second point is about plastic. Now, I listened to some BBC News for the past years gone by. That's it. They say after iron, they invented the best thing is plastic. They won't get you a plastic no part of the world. They tell you outside in England, say they won't get you a plastic no time at all. It's just the way they dispose plastic is the problem. Because plastic is one of the best things they tell you they invent after iron. Now, going back now to the days gone by in school time, I left school in the 60s. There was breakfast in the school in the days gone by. There was kindergarten in the school days gone by, in my school time. There was a handicraft center. It wasn't in the school directly, but they used to go to the handicraft center and domestic work for the ladies, for cooking and sewing and things. There was there that is in the 60s. All the school, maybe they haven't got the exactly building on the school, but they have venue where they could go and learn them things in the days gone by. But the only problem, like in the 60s, in my time in school, the people in that thought it was very selfish. There wasn't open playing field for everybody to want to learn them things in any case. They choose the single people who want to do them things in any case, So I hope when they come out with this system that they make sure that everybody in school pass through that system. Don't single out some and leave out some. Let everybody get the opportunity and an open playing field so that tomorrow we could survive in any case, scale is very good in any case in modern time. You have all the theory and all the degree, you have only 25 subjects and you haven't got no scale. You know way. The scale is the most important thing in life with man. But some people want 25 subjects. They can cook food, they can wash clothes, they can make things and nothing. I learned agriculture work since my school time. That was the standard of poor people in the days gone by. You must go to the garden. You must learn in basic garden. But I have a family of about 10 children. They haven't got money, but they have food to eat. So you must take part in agriculture in my time gone by. But I find parents these days doesn't allow children to do agriculture. They find that ain't good. But food is a must. Food is first priority of man's life, and water. And water is the first priority of man's life. And so I could say without food for a few days, but with water, you must drink water every day. In any case, 7 pints of water, more than 7 pints of water every day, keep the body function.
All right.
Very good.
Cole, I want to thank you. I want to thank you so much. Thank you so much for your contribution this morning. And
I don't think I was there before, man. Just
something to appreciate it.
Go back to roots, All
right, man. Great. Nice to have you. 435-2041. Let's take a contribution from someone via the WhatsApp. They're saying, good morning. Hamas should be charged with the greatest war crimes, putting military headquarters in hospitals and schools. They cause all these deaths. And this individual saying they're an Israel supporter. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, you're welcome. Good morning.
Good morning, Mr. Telesford, sir.
Good morning to you, sir.
Greetings. I trust that all is well with you.
Yes, I am doing.
Let me begin with that comment you made a while ago about Hamas. No. Hamas isn't putting any command. No proof has been given of that. Don't come with this whole false narrative and think you can catch people with that. Time has passed for this nonsense. You can fool some of the people some of the time, but you can't fool all the people all the time. Bah humbug with that. Secondly, Mr. Telesford, I'd like to announce to Nawasa that in the village of Simon Bolivar, in La Calome, St. David, there is a pipe broken. I can give evidence that on Sunday evening around 8 somebody, 8 o'clock plus, the vehicle I was traveling splashed through a pool of water. Sunday evening. Yesterday evening at 7:15, the same pool of water is in the road, and another vehicle that I was traveling splashed through. You see, I have to give the evidence as I quote unquote see it. I confirmed it a while ago with a member of the village, a resident of the village. There is a broken pipe there since last week. That's what I was told. Now, what's that? In a time like this, we cannot afford that. I urge you to look at it ASAP. Thank you. No, Mr. Telesford. I want to draw, let me speak a little faster now. I want to draw reference to a program hosted on GBN on Monday evenings at 6, where the host interviews Mr. Ruggles Ferguson, King's Counsel, and I stress on that, King's Counsel. 2 weeks ago, after clamoring for years, Mr. Ruggles Ferguson, in his capacity as an attorney in this here country, read a document which was published in 2002, pay attention, 22 years ago, by a commission established by the state of Grenada, whose so-called Governor General was one Danny Williams then. That's what the document says. To look into the constitution, quote-unquote, of Grenada and make recommendations for changes and so on. But soon after that, the document seemingly disappeared. The orientation document which they prepared for the Grenadian people. Pages 5 and 6 of this document crystal clearly explained where they found out that in effect Grenada has never been a politically and independent country. And Mr. Ferguson, after my insistence, our insistence, read the document 2 Mondays ago. And this week only, he rounded it up on it. I urge Grenadians to listen to these programs. This program is called Your Law and You, hosted by Godfrey Augustine and with a guest, Mr. He made it clear, and I urge Grenadians once more to look at it. Grenada has never been a politically independent country, and he had to admit it in his own technical way, of course. It has not been so, but it is not illegal. It is not illegal. It doesn't make the current constitution illegitimate. This country is being run illegitimately. Right there is written in the English language. I may be bluffed on the technicalities and leguleos. In other words, the legalities or legalese of the law and the process. But that can't be bluffed when it relates to the English language. No, in Castilian Spanish, no one can bluff with it. It is written clearly. The document says, at the end here, Mr. Telesford, don't get aggravated because I'm speaking the truth and they know it. These lawyers in this here country and those political bandits who have come to do the demagoguery to ruin this here country and to pimp on the people. But I shall not stop. It says, it is instructive to note that neither the document terminating Grenada's association with the United Kingdom nor the current constitution, an enactment in the Parliament of Grenada, continues to be on the face imperial orders and council of the kings. Well, no, the king, it used to be the queen's most excellent majesty, and they went on to tell us what to do. My question is, Mr. Rhetorical, you don't have to answer, Grenadians, but think. This is the bluff over the 50 years where they're spending $22.5 million to paint walls and to paint big stone and trees on the side of the road. Keep in your money, because that's what it is. They're no different to the others, brothers and sisters. Pay attention and start preparing your places, your people in your villages and in your constituencies for independent representation next election. These people are no different. As a matter of fact, they have totally destroyed the compass of this country. And it's not that it's running on remote control. No, because remote control deals with compass and has direction. That's why they don't crash when they're running on remote control. They have destroyed the direction of this country, and we have to take it back from them. Mr. Telesford, I can go on, but I'll stay here for today. Have a nice day, will you?
Thank you, sir. Thank you so much for your contribution this morning. Let's take a contribution from someone via the WhatsApp this morning. And we say, we live in a nation based on freedom of the people. The caller that called and saying that we need to stop saying bad things about communists, he will get his wish when countries of Cuba, China and Russia have fair and open elections, like Grenada. And this caller will live happily. And we take another caller. After this caller, we take our first break in this segment, folks. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, you're welcome. Good morning.
Yeah, good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
How are you, sir?
I am doing great. Doing great.
Oh, that's nice. Something that is a bit bothering to me in a sense. We look at, and I'm talking now about cricket. We have the ICC or whoever is controlling international cricket. And I don't know. I think the ICC is selling our butt right. America doesn't know nothing about cricket. Never. I used to remember the little kid growing up with my parents. We sit down at a ham radio. We didn't have television, and everybody is assembled around a radio to listen to cricket. Cricket has evolved over the years. When you look at certain parts of the world, India, Pakistan, Caribbean, whatever, if you prepare a pitch and it's not favorable to the batsman for whatever reason, because of your fast bowling or whatever, they reprimand you. You have to change it. Look what's happening right now in the U.S. with the international cricket. They said that the pitch is not favorable to the batsman and they could be hurt, but because of money, they don't want to move it to Florida or Texas. So they're putting the players, the batsman life at risk because of money from America. And I have nothing much against America, but America is one of the most hypocritical nations in the world. Look at what's happening, and I'm gonna pay a little bit move off. Look at what's happening in Israel. If we're not careful, and I'm blaming all the leaders in the Caribbean and South America, they need to come together, because America will take us over just what Israel is doing in the West Bank and Palestine, killing thousands of people just to get 1,000 men, man, woman, and children, and a lot of nations in the world supporting America, even some nations in the Caribbean. You can imagine this is so hurtful and so disgraceful. The country that we say in God we trust I don't know if there is a God that we have to look at that chose America to kill man, woman, and allow a nation because they're friends to kill man, woman, and children. God, listen, I mean, this is so hurtful. If I tell you what, I am one person. I'm not perfect, but if I'm wrong at the time and I lie, and America wants to take over the Caribbean, like what Israel is doing to Palestine, I will take up guns against America, and I have no apologies for that. And for a place like America, who's saying there is the leaders they are the leader of the world. And they have to do things, and you do things in order to see people, help people, live loving, and America is supporting a place, a country like Israel that is killing any nation in the world that is killing man, woman, and children just because they want to control. It's heartbreaking, and look at our cricket, and I come back to the cricket. If what's happening right now with the playing the match, if it was in the Caribbean, they would have stopped the match and go to a different venue or different island or different place. But because I'm on 30-something thousand people in a venue, and you're going to tell me to allow people, batsmen, life to be at risk with the bounciness of the pitch, and the thing, because it's America never play cricket in all as far as I know as a young boy growing up.
All right.
Now America is on to them. But at the end of the day, I'm going to end it. I would like to say, please, leaders of the Caribbean, look at what is happening in Israel, with Palestine and the West Bank and the Gaza. We are on the same path. One day, might be in my time, America might want to take us over, and the same thing, they'll kill our men, women, and children just to take over the Caribbean. Thank you very much.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much for your contribution this month. Folks, we drew for a break. Let's take a week coming back on what we call the open line edition of To The Point for today. We'll be right back after the break. Stay with us.
Is here once again. Friday, 7th June 2024, 6:30 p.m. Tantine Hardcore. Hosted by the Ministry of Tourism, Creative Economy and Culture. For more information, call 410-0366 or 415-8282. Ghana, your crew. Perfect. Those dance moves. Come out and be fascinated by Grenada's best street dancers. Take it to the street dance competition. Friday, June 7th, 2024. Don't miss it. Where are you from? Where are you from?
In these moments, we not just watching our match, we live in it. 44 million fans, 11 players, one flow. Leading we colors, celebrating we greatness. Wherever it's played, Flow is proud to be a part of it. This is We Game.
Ladies and gentlemen, the time has come for Grenada to laugh again. Heritage Theatre presents Spice Laugh Comedy Bash 2024, Saturday, June 22nd and Sunday, 23rd June at the Trade Center in Grandance, and on Sunday, 30th June at the Deluxe Cinema in Grenville. Showtime, 7 p.m. every time, featuring some of Grenada's best ambassadors of comedy. Robert White.
I will line up behind the yellow for 9 elections straight. I changed color in time to lose the last election. Why? Because I'm always on the losing side.
Dillion Walters.
I don't tell Molly didn't know.
Kareem Alexis and other outstanding comedic performances, all coming to knock you off your seats with laughter. Get your tickets now. Bring out the entire family. Tickets are $60. It's time for Spice Laugh Comedy Bash 2024.
The place go flood with laughter.
Mr. mentioned the wing high, then you have things like man, you must come back, you know. We have the low power there.
It is kind of like the same man, and it's just different name for the same kind of thing.
And last but not least, I just want to say to all the men who saw me, called me, and asked for a piece of cake, I'm baking this weekend.
Join us Fridays at 8 on GBN Television, K1.
Welcome back, listeners. Welcome back, viewers, to The Point Classic Radio, GBN TV. Those of you via our social media platforms, good morning to you also, and welcome back, welcome back. Let's entertain our next caller inside of this segment. Caller via WhatsApp, good morning, you're welcome.
Good morning, Mr. Telesford.
Good morning to you, sir. Good morning.
All right, I was just wondering whether you're hearing me clearly on the WhatsApp. Are you hearing me okay?
100%, sir. Let's go right ahead, please.
Oh, right. Mr. Telesford, I want to touch on three little tips. One, I listened to you chat yesterday with the ambassador from Turkey that visited Grenada and made some announcement to the Governor General, and then the Governor General reiterated some of the things that the government and people of Turkey give to Grenada. What was amazing, I heard that donation was given to the police force, scholarship, and other areas. I have no problem with the General and that. But hear what? The Governor General is the representative for the British Empire. You listen. The British Empire won to start off with. We had to rebuild our parliament house. I've never heard it. Maybe I don't know, but I've never heard the British Empire contribution in the rebuilding of the parliament house. I heard from the government of Mexico and one of the Arab countries, but yet for all the parliamentary house belongs to the Governor General representing the Kingdom of England. York House, since Hurricane Ivan, remaining a state. If York House has been previous parliament house, it means that that property belongs to the British Empire. Nothing is being done by York House. Nothing at all. The third Governor General property that has been destroyed in Ivan. Nothing is being done towards it in the main restored. Yet for all, you have a Governor General representing the British Empire, and you cannot hear nothing from the British Empire, and then you will tell me, oh, she's the head of state and ceremonial and all this kind of thing that goes with it. In my view, that does not make any sense. Then, what I would like to this OBE, MBE, and all things people of them. Can someone tell me what privilege do these people have in regard to the British Empire if they are to travel? If they have a medical issue, can OBE, MBE take them straight to England and get some necessary benefits and things of that sort? I have said over and over, I haven't heard a scholarship ever coming from the British Empire to the development for the police service. Never. So you wonder what if he is representing the British Empire, what representation is there to do in Parliament and say the throne of and those other little minorities? I think that something more. I would really like to know the Governor General and one day and take some of her role. Don't make the Governor General feel that she is someone that is unquestionable. If she represents the Empire, tell us, and why not the British Empire take up their role, maintain the prison, all these things, the Majesty prison, those things belong to the British Empire. We don't want nothing ceremonial. Ceremonial doesn't mean nothing. We want to see actual things happening. And secondly, this issue, I listened to the parliamentary debate yesterday and progressive in the upper lower house. Yes, I fully agree with children remaining longer in school at attainable age 10 to 18. But I'm seeing something. If you're talking about teachers in specialized areas, I would like the ministry, I said already, look deep into why they still carrying mathematics must be compulsory to get into the teaching profession. Some people, as I said, they are good in other subject areas, but math, they may not be that good, but they may do mathematics up to secondary school level, and they're good in other subject areas, but they cannot get into the teaching profession. This thing needs to be reviewed. And then also, mathematics sometimes some children frightened from preschool because teachers beating children on the table, teachers beating children to the mat, so children sometimes grow up with a phobia, a fear for mathematics. So we have to review this thing, and as Pauline and the Ministry of Education review such policy and allow people to get into the teaching profession even if they don't have mathematics as one of the subject areas. Thank you very much.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much. An interesting contribution from you as always. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, you're welcome. Good morning.
Good morning, Sir GT. And how are you today?
I'm doing well, sir. Pretty well.
Have a great day and have a good weekend. That's a smart guy. That's one of the smart guy. You know, you have to hold on to him tightly. Very, very smart guy. I'll tell you something. Maths is something that you have to start very, very early. Maths is not easy. It's complicated. And so you have the children have to have a very early start in maths. But you have to have committed teachers to teach maths because some teachers are afraid of maths. Without maths, you don't have the science subjects. Maths is one of the sciences. If you have to go medicine, you have to go biology, you have to go physics. It's maths. And this is the survival area of your country. This is the brain of your country. So maths is one of the most important or the most important thing as it relates to science and development. So we have to put some serious interest in maths. Now, you see, our problem in Grenada here, we talk about the Constitution, we talk about the York House. All it boils down to is representation, you know. We are running this country for a lot of years politically, where it's supposed to run economically. It has to run based on money, finances, to do what you're supposed to do. But we ignore these things and we run this country with political rhetoric, science. And so we have our people so confused with this politics, so doesn't understand the politics and the game of politics, that look how we divided half and half. And so how do we produce with half of the population? We can't. And that is one of our problems. We need to divorce ourselves from the politics. All of us need to divorce ourselves from the politics. Let's stop fighting each other in the politics and concentrate on developing each other economically so we could survive. But something that is worrisome for me that I preach about over the years in discussing with the police high command, it's a crime situation. I understand now that the police officer was shot and one injured, and so somebody got shot again. And it has to do with leadership. It has to do with the development of the state, the development of people. Yeah? And unless we address that financial area of our survival, we'll continue to have. It's getting worse. My prediction, it is getting worse. And we have to nip that in the bud. We have to find a way to solve this problem politically and economically. Because it reaches the security force. There's war with the police and the citizens. That I predicted. I discussed the police high command. Should we allow these things to continue going that way? What will happen to us? So we have to take this economy very, very seriously because we're breaking down socially too fast. The society is at war. Can't we see that? So when I talk about the economy, some people just get upset. But that is our survival. That's where we have to focus all our energies. How do we kickstart, jumpstart the economy, get it moving to prevent all these problems that is emanated from there? I don't know how much more I could say, or how long I could continue talking for people to understand. Let us focus there and divorce ourselves from the politics. Because that is what creating a lot of the problem that we have here. The politics is too strong. And some of us don't understand the politics. We bend on the politics, and then all of us decaying together. Have a good day, sir.
You too, caller. Thank you so much, and always thankful for your contribution. We do have a caller via the WhatsApp. Caller, you're welcome. Good morning.
Morning, sir. Morning.
Good morning to you. Let's hear from you.
JT, in 1974, I was the one, even though I was fighting Uncle Gary, as you might call him, I was the one who scaled up the steeple of the Roman Catholic Church in River Sally and rang the bell at 12 o'clock midnight, as it is usually referred to, signaling our independence, as it was so taught. The revolution came 1979 to 83. The constitution, as it was called or referred to, was suspended. But they kept the Governor General, which was amazingly funny. In 1983, after the demise of the revolution, well, I was in Trinidad when the revolution came. I was there for a month. I was due to come back the day after they killed Bishop and massacred the people on the fort. I was given another month because of the confusion in Grenada. Soon I came back from Trinidad. I went and buy a constitution. And within about 20 to 25 minutes after I started reading that constitution, I come to recognize that we were not an independent country. And that's what people need to be doing. Read the Constitution. And very quickly in reading it, you would notice that, hello, how you could have the Queen as head of state in a country that was supposed to be divorced of the mother country. That's the logic of the whole thing to an extent. Not long after that, Mr. Blaise became the Prime Minister of Grenada. He commissioned a body to look into the Constitution with the expectation of change. If you see the report that was presented after the body exhausted their time, you'll see my name on it. I wrote a paper, presented it to them. I went before them. Mine is Matthew Denot Mitchell. I've always believed that we are not duly constituted. For years, I've written articles published on the Grenadian Voice, in which I pointed out to people over and over that we are not an independent country and we need to change our constitution. That kind of thing people need to understand, so that when Mr. Rollo, for example, is lamenting all the time, he's right, but people are not prepared to face, especially the hierarchy of this country, as you might call it, because a lot of them will lose their position, and the accolades and recognition that they have been enjoying would no longer be there for them to enjoy. And that's one of the reasons why a lot of people are fighting the whole issue of constitutional change and reform. The kind of independence it would give us, if we were to change the constitution, a lot of people would lose their position, and that's one of the reasons that is showing up there. People need to understand that. Read the Constitution here, and the Constitution will plainly show you that we are not an independent country. We are just going through a fake situation. Take care, gentlemen.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much. We do have another caller before another break segment coming up. Caller, good morning. You're welcome.
Mr. JT, good morning.
Good morning to you, my dear. How are you?
I'm very well, thank you. How are you doing?
Doing 100% this morning.
Great to hear. Mr. JT, everybody calling and they have all the right answers for this government and all the solutions. But what are we as a people doing to help to fix what they think is wrong? What are we doing? There's one who called before this one. He have all the answers in the world. But what is he doing? What are we doing? We are not doing anything but just criticizing and condemning. We have to get together as a people because Grenada belongs to you, me, and every one of us and our future generation. So if we want things to change, all hands on deck and boots on the ground and let us fix and build Grenada. Have a good day.
Thank you, caller, so much. Have yourself a great day also. Let's take some comments before the break. Good morning. I would like to ask Nawasa to, of course, why Library is not getting water on its scheduled day, which is today. So, folks in Nawasa, check on that, please. Another comment. Let's see if we could get this one. Somehow I'm not getting that one, so let's just forego that for a wee bit. Let's however take a break. We're coming back with more of your contributions here on the program this morning. It's an open line edition of To The Point. We will be right back.
This moment is all that I've been dreaming of. Well, focus.
Cricket, lovely cricket, as we bring you ball by ball commentaries of the T20 World Cup. The Cut and Drive Network, in association with this radio station, are pleased to be a part of the excitement. Join me, Andrew Mason, as I lead a team of top-class cricket commentators right through to the finals on June the 29th at the historic Kensington Oval. Cricket, lovely cricket, on this radio station. You got a date, so don't be late.
This moment is all that I've been dreaming of. Well, focus.
Take it to the street. Dance competition is here once again. Friday, 7th June 2024, 6:30 p.m. Canteen Hardcore. Hosted by the Ministry of Tourism, Creative Economy and Culture. For more information, call 440-0366 or 415-8282. Ghana, your crew. Perfect. Those dance moves. Come out and be fascinated by Grenada's best street dancers. Take it to the street dance competition Friday, June 7th, 2024. Don't miss it.
Where are you from? Where are you from?
Coming up, it's a summer of style as top designers and their creations hit the catwalk with a Caribbean twist. The World Cup has rolled into town with on-field excitement and beyond-the-boundary thrills in Trinidad and Tobago. Getting married? Honeymooning? Barbados is your top option for an eventful experience. It's Caribbean Passport, right here on this station.
Solve your conflict in a different way. Choose peace and love instead of all bloodshed. Leave and leave and you see the violence thing.
Make the change. Make the change.
Make the change.
Make the change.
Make the change.
Make a change.
Make the change.
Make the change.
End the gun violence now.
Just please give life a chance. Let's stop the violence. Oh.
Welcome back, listeners. Welcome back, viewers. To The Point here, Classic Radio, GBN TV. Let's entertain some of the comments before we do go to another caller. Some of the callers live on, should I say, live on 5 minutes of news a day and then think they know everything. The issues of the world are 60 minutes, 60 years, let me get out, my apology for that. 60 years ago, the world, there was 3 billion people on Earth. Now, today, there's a near 9 billion. So, So all the issues are to do with people like some callers who want their opinion to be one that is followed, and that is sort of dangerous. I'm kind of reading as is a wee bit as individuals has written. Grenada is ruled by Grenadians, not the UK. Grenada is part of the Commonwealth of Nations, a team which includes 56 countries, and a team that is only a team by members. So if we disassociate with the team, we are no longer a player in the league. That's a contribution from someone via the WhatsApp. Let's entertain another contribution. Someone is saying, good example, if we are not independent, the British would be responsible for rebuilding the Governor General's house and York House. So that's a contribution there from someone via the WhatsApp. Let's go to the Facebook page and see if we could take a peek at some of the contributions there. Some of them more or less is just regular conversation individuals are having, so I guess I would not go. Let's take another caller. Caller, you're welcome. Good morning. Welcome to the program. Caller, good morning. I guess we lost that caller there. 435-2041. That's a number if you want to get on the program this morning. Let's go back to the phone line. Caller, you're welcome. Good morning.
Hello, good morning.
Good morning to you, sir.
Yeah. The gentleman that spoke about economic development, he is absolutely correct. Now, there is something that educators need to know. If you don't understand English, you cannot do maths. I hope the educators are listening to what I am saying. Another point I would like to make, I was listening to a program on one of the television stations, and the Republic Bank was being castigated by some people. And all manner of things were being said about the Republic Bank, and they were running down the Republic Bank. There are no perfect banks in Grenada. And another thing is, your account is being cyber attacked.
Welcome, good morning.
Yes, good morning, Gigi. Sorry for coming back. But let me say this. I don't criticize, and if you pay attention to my contribution, I don't criticize. Because I work on a management level, I work with the government for some time, I work for private, I give ideas and solution to problems. And to this lady who feels she don't know me, who feels that, I know it all, let me tell this lady, I am on the ground. I am spending my own money. The past government is spending the thousands of dollars. I'm head of an organization named Segados and Davis Economic Growth and Development Organization. We are on the ground doing what the government should do and not doing. We are doing that. We're spending our money and we're involved in the community development. I am on the ground. So for her, to her, I want her to understand that when she hears this voice, it's not a lazy voice. I never idle. From a young man right up to now, I never idle. And my contribution is to ensure that people develop and the country develop, and we don't find ourselves in this battle that we are in. That's what I'm trying to do, is to untangle and the problem and to create solutions for all of us. So I don't criticize people. I give ideas and solution to problem, but I'm on the ground. And I'm willing to do anything for the upliftment of anybody in this country. I am not a political person. I don't support any political party except when I have to go and vote, I vote. Yeah? Right. So to her, please.
Thank you, Colin. Thank you so much. Thank you so much. 435-2041, 435-2041. And let's take a contribution via WhatsApp before we do entertain another caller. And they're saying, good morning to you, GT. I'm very disappointed with the Ministry of Health, Forgan Division. On Wednesday evening or after 5 p.m., I heard a PA system, let me get that right, a PA system saying Forgan will be taking place in my area. While the PA was speaking, Forgan was taking place, which I think is not right. If they have to fog pass a day before and notify us that in the area, of course, of those of us who with allergies can move out and where we are. I advise them to do better than that. This thing is that their spraying is burning my throat. All right. Let's entertain another caller. Caller, you're welcome. Good morning.
Morning and morning to Grenada. I beg to differ this morning on certain things. Like,
One, when you hear the law enforcement make a raid or drug bust or whatever you call it, you could see sometimes they burning or disposal of the drugs. Now, when they encounter money, how come we don't know what happens to when monies are being confiscated? That is a question.
What would you like to see them do with the money, caller? Burn it too?
You remember?
Just joking.
It's drugs money. I want to let you understand what.
I totally understand. I was just trying to make a little fun of it. I understand where you're coming from.
I know. So people asking the question: how come you never hear a release? Well, we busted drugs. We got 10 pounds of marijuana. We get $500,000 in cash, and you could see that they burning the marijuana wherever Saline or the other one in Grenville up there. But you never hear anything about the money was disposed of. So,
well, we will assume it goes to the coffers of the country. I would assume that's where it goes.
So you're assuming no. It goes into the coffers of the country, which is deemed drug money. So think about it, Think about it. I will leave that in for now.
All right, caller. Thank you so much. Sort of cracked me up this morning. Interesting. 445-2041. 445-2041. You can call via the WhatsApp, or you can contribute calling me directly. Let's take another call.
Hello.
Call day. Welcome. Good morning, sir.
Hello.
Good morning, and go right ahead, please.
Yes, sir. Anyhow, a few callers made some, I wouldn't say good points, some points, because all points seem to be right. So some points. Now, a few months back, I always support Mr. Rowe on this kind of constitutional thing. We are not independent or solely independent. Maybe I would say we are semi-independent. So now you're hearing a lot of people supporting him, but I was saying that long. Also, it hurts me to hear people bawling, build the economy, and none of us has the intelligence or the know-how as to how to build the economy. If we want to say build the economy, I would say mention some things that would help build the economy. Maybe I could mention one now. Now look at I guess you must have mango trees that bearing thing as 1,000, 2,000. And we might have out of 100,000 people in Grenada, maybe 99,000 might have a mango tree. So we could build the economy by maybe manufacturing something out of mangoes, or sell them abroad where people might be paying £2 for a mango. If we sell them and we get 50 cents for one, we would be making a lot of profit, and we would be able to build the economy. A lot of us are saying things that we do not have the slightest ideas of what to do. In fact, if we want to build the economy, we say we are educating the people, but we have to get the right set of people to educate the students. And I have said it many times, we have people giving wrong information. People who are involved in culture, people who are involved on the giving weather forecast. If you're giving weather forecast, you cannot mix up metric system and anything. Anything you're doing in mathematics. Once mathematics is involved, you cannot talk about metric system and imperial system. If you're giving me information, give me in one system. I don't have no right to turn up my head and say how much inches is equal to a centimeter or whatever it is. This is not proper education. Every one of us want to teach. I'm not saying that I'm good at teaching, but we lack the ability to teach because we have some stupid idea and we believe what we say are facts. Thank you very much.
Thank you, caller. Caller via WhatsApp. Good morning. Welcome.
Hi, good morning to you. Very quickly, 2 points. Take up the last one about the economy. I don't think many of us understand what the economy is. when you look at the GDP or the GNP, that P has to do with product. What is produced in the country? And as one brother of mine always says to me, forget the statistics. If you want to know if the economy is booming or not, look and see the number of trucks and commercial vehicles on the road. And I tell you, I went out the road a couple of days ago. I was going, I think, up the eastern side. And every second vehicle I met was either a huge truck involved in construction or something of that sort, or a sales van or some other service vehicle. And I'm not referring, I don't know, I couldn't keep a check on those who are driving private cars going into commercial activities. I'm talking about commercial vehicles. There are, if you go at any moment, just drive out there and you'll see things are happening. But our ability to produce is many times constrained by our capacity to produce. If you look at the number of going construction sites everywhere, people are saying, we are hiring. Carpenters needed. You go on Facebook, everywhere. People are asking for workers to come and add to that production. But where are our workers? Things are happening. If you go out in the supermarket, you realize a lot of the folks who are shopping, many of them are expats. Right? We are the ones who are preventing further growth in the economy because the productive sectors are strained for workers. Hospitality, IT, construction, even in the automotive field. Look at the body workmen. Cars packed up around the premises. They cannot turn them out fast enough. They don't have workers. How are we going to grow the economy when there is work to be done and not people to do them? The body workmen, the mechanics, same thing. Vehicles are piled up there. Some of them need parts. But many of them, they can only churn out so many at a time. One guy was in the mail this morning. I parked to bring my car for service. They couldn't do all as the dealer. And they told me I could get the next appointment in 3 weeks. They're booked up. So this is what allows us to grow. What we can produce. But the production is being constrained. Lastly, on the matter of the Constitution, I agree that there are certain formalities to be done. But I challenge anybody in this country to show me an example of one thing that would have been done differently in our country had that formality been gone through. Has it prevented us from doing anything? No, we are in total control. And whatever hasn't happened because of our own people. The negligence, the unwillingness, the corruption, the fact that we have not enshrined this thing in our parliament has not stopped a single activity in our country. So why waste time going and try to do that? Probably it's better to think of having a new constitution instead of trying to formalize the old one, which has been working fine and has not done anything to hold up any economic activity or any other activity in our country. Let them find me one thing that would have been done differently if this thing had been passed in the parliament. No one has able to find anything. Thank you.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much for your contribution this morning. We do have another caller. Caller, you're welcome. Good morning.
Good day, brother. How you doing, man?
I am doing good, sir. Doing very well.
Have you noticed, right? A couple of years ago, this project was the talk of the tongue. But in recent times, it had pushed back into the dark ages. I'm talking about that breakwater project. And it seems like nobody cares anymore. About a week back, I went to that area and in the night, and I was there. I wanted to pass some water, so I go on the beach, and I realized if I didn't careful, I would have fallen and break my neck. Because my expectation with the sea war to the way it is right now is really surprising. Now, I did my actual measurement in a sense, and from the point where I went to the wall that bordered the pasture in 4, I want to believe it's about 60 feet from the sea edge. The point I was, let's imagine about 60 feet the water is from that pavilion, right? And any rough sea, the houses that is there right now, I could bet they're going to fall into the sea. She's going to take them. And it seemed like a forgotten project. You just take GBN camera and go right behind for pasture and look how close that sea is to the pavilion area, to the pasture. And look at how the houses and they over the edge, giving into the sea. I'm talking about large houses and families living in it. And it seems like that is a forgotten project. Nobody cares about that anymore. And is that serious? I'm just saying that the authorities need to at least. I mean, it's just sad because I was talking to a woman that lived in there, and she it seemed like she gave up. She what we could do, and nobody cares. So I'm just saying that I bring back that point so we can highlight that issue, so something can be done or something bring it back to the light, so the authorities can at least address that issue once and for all. Have a nice day, brother.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much. Appreciate your contribution as always. Let's go to the phone line. Caller via WhatsApp. Good morning. How are you? Guess that caller, of course, is not ready for us. There seems to be a bit of a noise in the background. Let's entertain another caller.
Hey,
caller, good morning. You're welcome.
Let's call back in.
And maybe our final caller for the morning.
Yeah.
And I would beg of you to be brief, please. We'll be about to take a wrap.
The Ministry of Works in the case, yes, I would by the ones about in town, the ones about need some fixing. I told him a long time ago, years ago, but nobody take it up yet. He's getting kind of bumpy right now. The ones about coming from the gas anywhere to go up to swing anyway downtown up the lane.
Okay.
It's very bumpy and humpy, getting worse and worse and worse. So the way they're doing in Woburn, I will encourage them to put concrete structure road in Woburn itself, and this tar.
All right.
And this tar doesn't last long. The stone and the tar doesn't hold for long. You kind of iron stone happening, and it's back out from the tar all the time. It doesn't hold tar for long.
All right.
They put concrete structure and concrete the road put the road outside the concrete structure. Put some tar on top it. You will hold out, but put some solid function, concrete road, and the whole walk will do nothing. A much better road in any case.
Thank you, caller. Thank you so much. Appreciate it a whole lot. Hey, folks, that's how we take a wrap for this edition of To The Point for today, Friday, our final edition for the week. Thanks all who contributed, all who took the time out to, you sat at home or you're at work, as you drive along the nation's road and you were listening to the program. Thank you so much. All the positive feedback. Those who also, of course, gave those negative feedback. We certainly do appreciate it. It will certainly help you to move forward. Until we have another edition of To The Point, which will be next week. Have a great day, folks. All the Almighty permits, health, strength, and everything. I'll be back with you next week. Have a good one, folks. That's where I say goodbye for To The Point for this week. Goodbye.